Welcome back to Dash Explore. I'm Sarah, and we have just gotten back from a very quick trip to London with our kids, and I'm here today to share with you our favorite family-friendly activities in London. Now, London is a beautiful city with a wide variety of things to do, from historical to shopping to new modern adventures. So it was really hard for us to decide what to actually do while we were on our trip, but these are some of the things that we did that we think that you might enjoy with your family as well. Now, our first official activity once we had landed in London was to go down and take a ride on the London Eye. This huge structure is such a cool ride, and in case you've seen any of our other videos, you know how much we love a Ferris wheel, so getting on the London Eye first thing was a pretty high priority for us. This proved to be a great first day activity for us because as adults, it really helped us to orient to the city and kind of see where everything was in relation to each other, because the view from this thing is incredible. And it was a great way for the kids to see a bunch of the London landmarks all in one stop. What are we doing?
Riding the London Eye.
And where are we on the London Eye?
We're at the top.
Well, can you tell me what's over there?
Big Ben.
We went ahead and pre-booked our tickets, so we had a set time, and we arrived, walked right through the line. And although the line seemed rather long when we first got in it moved really quickly because each capsule of the London Eye holds about 25 people, and it's constantly moving, so the line moves really quick. Now, each ride takes about 30 minutes, which is the perfect amount of time to get yourself oriented to the city, to see all the landmarks, to take all the pictures, and to just take in all that London has to offer. This is one of the things that Haley was most looking forward to about our trip, and I was so glad that we got to do it on the first day and get her so excited about the rest of the things that we were going to do while we were in London. The next activity that we did that was a huge family favorite was doing the tour of the Tower Bridge. Again, we had pre-purchased our tickets ahead of time, and we arrived right at our scheduled time and were able to walk right in to start the tour. If you are traveling with a family, they do have elevators, so if you're worried about climbing up all the stairs with your kids, you can take the elevator, which was a huge help for us. And I think my favorite part about Tower Bridge is that they were really trying to make it interactive and engaging to all ages, and they had a special interactive activity for kids where you followed Bella the cat through Tower Bridge and got to meet all different kinds of people that worked on building the bridge, and you had a stamping activity book that you could stamp as you went through the Tower Bridge and learned all kinds of new facts about this location. Haley instantly fell in love with Bella the cat and was so excited to find her at each step of the tower. So I loved this location because there was something specifically for kids, which made it more engaging and more interesting. And even we bought a souvenir book at the gift shop afterwards about Bella the cat, and Haley remembered all of the different characters that she met along the way, and I felt like they did a really good job of making it engaging for kids. And of course, you can't beat the views on the Tower Bridge, as well as standing on the glass ceiling and looking down at all the cars below. And our next family-friendly activity was to go to an afternoon tea party. Naturally, we were going with two little girls, so this is something that they were really, really excited about, but Andrew and I ended up having a wonderful time. Now, I will say we did not actually do our afternoon tea party in London. We decided to take a family day trip out to Richmond to obviously see Ted Lasso, but also we are from Virginia, and there's a Richmond in Virginia, so we wanted to go out and see that as well. But you can go to afternoon tea anywhere in London. There are tons of places, tons of different price points of which you could do your afternoon tea, but it was such a fun experience. The girls felt so grown up, and I mean, the place we went to was a very nice restaurant, and I mean, we were going there with an almost 2-year-old and an almost 5-year-old, and I was not really sure what level of behavior we were going to get on this experience, but you could tell that they kind of knew that they needed to be more mature, and they tried all the food that we got on our 3-tiered tea party, and it was just such a fun experience for the whole family. Now, the one we went to, because we were going the weekend after Halloween, it was a Halloween-themed tea party, which was really cute, and they had coloring pages for the girls, and I'm sure if you're getting ready to go to London, they'll have all kinds of Christmas or holiday teas, but even if you don't go to a themed tea party, they are all really fun. It is a really special experience, especially for little girls, and I just can't recommend it enough, no matter the age of your kids. And my next family-friendly activity is kind of unconventional, but to take public transportation. While we were on this trip, we took the underground, we took the train, we even took an Uber boat down the Thames, and it was just so cool to see all these different kinds of transportation. The underground is so incredibly easy to use. If you have tap to pay set up on your phone or your credit card is tap to pay, that's all you need to do to get in and out. And although the steps were a bit of a challenge with the stroller, we did make it work, and we were able to get all over the city and see all different kinds of things. And like I said, we were even able to use the public transportation to get out to Richmond, to get out of the city, because something that we really love to do when we travel is to not just stay in the main touristy part that everybody hears about. It's to find something small outside of the city and see a little bit more of everyday life for the people that live in this country. So I highly recommend taking public transportation. It is very easy to use. It does help if you prepare yourself a little bit ahead of time and do a little bit of research on the best way to get in and out and kind of orient yourself with how the system works. But overall, we found it very easy to use, and we were really happy that we were able to go to so many different places using public transportation. Now, we did all kinds of sightseeing on this trip. We had lots of fun adventures. We ate in pubs. We did so many things, but I think those were the 4 activities that really stood out to me as being something that was really fun for our kids. But on this trip, we have the bonus of not only traveling with our 2 girls aged 5 and 2, but we also traveled with my cousin and her 13-year-old son, so we get a little bit more bonus content of what he enjoyed on this trip. So naturally, we all traveled together for the Tower Bridge and for the London Eye, and we did a lot of the big stuff together, but we decided to take one day to kind of each do our own thing since we were catering to 2 very different interests of kids. Now, this is the day that we went to Richmond, but Amy and Andrew went on some adventures of their own, and honestly, I'm pretty jealous that we couldn't tag along for these because they sounded really fun to me as well. So first of all, they went to a Premier League soccer game, which is something that is super high on my bucket list and I am the most jealous about. They went to see a Tottenham Hotspurs game, and they said it was an incredible experience, that just the crowd was so awesome, and just being in that stadium where, I mean, the Premier League in England is just this, I don't even have words to describe it. It is something unlike anything we know here in America. So for them to get to go to that game and experience that, I am so glad they had such a good time, and they ended up seeing a really great game. I think the team won 4-1, but we just weren't sure how the girls would do. I know that those environments can tend to be a little bit more hostile, and taking 2 small girls might not be the best idea, so we opted to go out to Richmond instead. But if you have an older child, I think taking them to some kind of soccer game just would really help show you the culture of England and something that they are all so incredibly passionate about. And then the next thing that Amy and Andrew did was they went and saw a play on the West End. Now, Andrew is really into drama, and he participates in the theater department at his school, and something that was really important to him on this trip was that he get to go see a show in the West End in London. Again, they had an incredible time. They actually got to stay after the show and get some of the cast members to sign their play, and I think it was just an overall really great experience. This is something that I'm also really disappointed that we couldn't do with them. I had hoped to maybe look into seeing, a more kid-friendly show with the girls, but Frozen had just left the theater, and there wasn't anything else that I thought would really spark their interest, so that was something that we did not participate in this time, but I'm hopeful that if we ever make it back to London again when the girls are a little bit bigger, that we can go see a show as well as a soccer game with the girls. So this has been our favorite kid-friendly activities from our time in London. We had such a great trip, but I know that we definitely didn't see everything. So if you have a favorite family-friendly activity that we missed, please leave it in the comments below, because I'm certain that we will try to make it back to London and that we will want to not miss any more opportunities. So if you are planning a trip to London or thinking about planning a trip to London and you found this video helpful, please give it a like. And if you want to follow along for more of our family travel content, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell so that you can get notified when we post new videos. You can also head over to Instagram and follow us at @Explore. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and we will catch you in the next one.